See if anyone joins.
We'll wait a moment. We look good. Okay, so if you can't tell from his shirt, we saw the new Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Directed by Michael Dougherty.
Yep.
This is his third directorial film.
Yeah. I gotta ask, like, too, so is this, like, is King of the Monsters, has that ever been, I guess it's like a loose variation of other titles from the past. There's Destroy All Monsters.
The very first Godzilla movie, when it came out, was just called Godzilla in Japan. And then they did, for the American release, they called it Godzilla King of the Monsters. And they put Raymond Burr in the movie.
Yeah.
And all he does is stand there and narrate what's happening.
Yeah.
So... yeah, now this one is called Godzilla King of the Monsters. I guess in reference to that one, but in this one, they actually use that as a plot point, King of the Monsters.
Okay, yeah. Many times they'll make those callbacks or even just outright say, "Long live the king."
Yeah. So should we just say what we thought about it first before we talk about it?
I thought it was... it's fine.
It's fine. It's a Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Which is what... I love Godzilla, so I really liked that.
Yeah.
For that.
We got one person job. We got Zolly joining.
Hey, Zolly.
Hey.
So yeah, I think it hit all the beats that a Godzilla movie should, and that includes, unfortunately, pretty dull main characters.
Yeah. And
a really silly plot.
Yeah, like contrived, I would say, and silly.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're any sort of hardcore Godzilla fan, you kind of go into this more for the kaiju spectacle aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it delivers on that fine. Just maybe, I don't know. I guess if I have one major gripe, it's like the camera work is a little too jittery.
There's so many close-ups.
Like even more so than the other one.
Yeah.
Like anytime it was just kind of on the same ground level with any of the human characters, you could barely tell what's going on. Like this is like,
and especially seeing it in IMAX, like you can't even see the whole frame really.
Anytime it would
shaky.
cut to a huge wide, like it would be refreshing.
Yeah,
and then just go right back to just, I don't know, crazy chaotic action.
Yeah. Okay, so the movie follows a family who had been torn apart from the ending of the first 2014 Godzilla movie, the Bryan Cranston one.
It's so the couple, they're played by Kyle Chandler and
Via
Farmiga, and their daughter is Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
They lose their son Andrew in all the carnage, I guess, from the 2014 events when Godzilla was fighting the Mutos.
Yeah.
And so that's caused a divorce and a huge wedge in their family dynamic.
And they work for Monarch. At least when the movie starts, which is the organization that finds the Titans and tries to track them and educate the world on them. Yeah. But since that tragedy happens, Kyle Chandler becomes an alcoholic,
and so he says, and takes photos of wildlife.
And takes photos of wolves. Pack animals.
Yeah.
So then the movie pretty much revolves around Via Farmiga's character creating this device that allows her to speak with the Titans through
it's like a radioactive
radio waves or something, sonar or something like that. And the villain, Tywin Lannister,
Charles Dance, like she teams up with this terrorist and his organization, who I guess their goal is to also better the world by ridding it of human life.
Yeah, which we've seen before.
Yeah.
And their plan to do it is with the Titans, because in their mind, the Titans are the ones who will cleanse the earth.
Yeah.
And they think that the ultimate Titan to do this is King Ghidorah, but then through other plot points, we realize that there's a little bit more going on with the monsters than we thought.
Just to backtrack too, with Kyle Chandler and Vera Farmiga, that's the extent of any sort of characterization.
Yeah, pretty
in this
much.
film. From then on out, it's just everyone else is kind of a blank slate.
And they spend most of the humans spend their time in this ship, this big like airship, And I don't know, I feel like they were trying to go with like a Star Trek 2009 vibe.
Sure.
How everyone's in the Enterprise and keeping it contained, but there wasn't much spatial awareness in that ship, or no real establishing shots.
You're kind of, people will jump from place to place and you don't, it's jarring how many times they just appear in certain shots.
Yeah, for real. There's like one part where Kyle Chandler is outside in the rain, and then the next shot he's just inside. And I guess it was supposed to be like a time jump, but that wasn't conveyed at all.
And I don't know if I want to entirely chalk that up to the cinematography. That could be just an editing move. But yeah, like where characters will just appear in and out, or will travel to different locations way faster than you would think they would. Like they'll be traveling across country within 5 minutes. Like they'll even transition. Like they'll do like these fades once in a while, which are kind of cool and classical. But then it's just to the next like scene with those same characters. You think it would transition to like a whole nother like world, or another like sequence entirely. But it just prolongs.
Yeah.
And characters die a lot of times, and you can't even tell, or you forget.
Yeah, the first half of this movie just introduces way too many characters at once, and you're kind of, none of them get any real good development.
No.
Especially Millie Bobby Brown's character, who doesn't really do anything.
She's got mostly one face, one emotion, and throughout. I mean, but I can't blame her, and I really can't blame most of the cast, because their main task is to just kind of stare at things ominously, like like they won't blink. They just have to look and watch, because they can't do anything about these monsters.
Yeah, they can't stop them. Obviously, missiles and guns don't work. So,
but yeah, I wish, deep down, I kind of want, some sort of Godzilla sequel or spin-off or even original that kind of just gives that same love as it does the creatures to the humans too.
Yeah.
I won't even say the very original Gojira even has the strongest type of characterization in it. But that was never what the film was really focused on.
Godzilla's still the best part of that movie.
Yeah, exactly. And that movie is still made like it's a horror film too. It's a an atom bomb allegory.
Yeah.
There's so much cultural and political ties to it. So it's weird that we're now 40 plus movies in now with Godzilla.
And this is like the 35th.
35th?
Yeah.
And we still like can't make compelling characters.
Yeah, for real. Well, since we know the characters weren't very good, what'd you think about the monsters?
I thought they were great looking.
Yeah, the CGI was good.
Sometimes a little too muddled in darkness, but
yeah, a lot of rain.
Yeah, but Godzilla looked to be about the same as he looked in the last one.
They changed his spikes a little bit.
Yeah, they're a little pointier. You brought this up. He emotes a little bit more than I would probably prefer.
Well, that's one thing I really liked about this new American Godzilla, which I thought maybe emotes a little more in this one.
Sure.
But in the 2014 one, I thought they really got it right, where he emoted just enough, because you've always kind of been able to tell what he's thinking, even. That's one of the things I think is most impressive with those rubber suits. Is you can still kind of tell some expression even through those old rubber suits. And I think
a lot of it's in the actions and how he behaves. Like, is he gonna like stroke a tree, or is he gonna just smack somebody down with his fist?
So yeah, I like that. I think I'm not crazy about the design for Godzilla. The new American
chubby side.
Yeah, a little chubby. He looks a little too much like a crocodile. Doesn't really have like that cat face that he used to have, But I don't know. I liked Godzilla in this movie, and he was built up to be like the most commanding presence, which is how it should be. Even more over King Ghidorah, which you might not expect. King Ghidorah even doesn't get as big of a build up in this one as Godzilla does.
Yeah, I think they were more like saving their money for that villain, basically. I think Ghidorah looked the best of all the monsters, personally, just because that's a hard one. That's a really hard one to screw up anyway. The way his horns were held back, even the right color of just like gold pastel looked really great.
Yeah, the arms. But they kind of cheated it when they made his wings arms.
Yeah,
which I wasn't crazy about.
Sure.
I kind of like it when he just walked around and be like, King Ghidorah, you ain't got no hands.
Well, there's only like a few scenes too where you can really get a sense of the size of Ghidorah.
Yeah, that's another thing.
His wingspan once in a while. But.
And it's like what you said, you get those like every once in a while, usually like before a fight, you get those wide shots which really do show the scale of it.
Yeah.
But then during the fights, it kind of just goes to these close-ups.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shaky.
And I get that if the intent was to make it shot from a more grounded level, like you are there in the midst of that fight, I understand that. It still doesn't look as good. You know, you want to see as much as you can.
Yeah. That's another thing the 2014 film did better, was showing the scale.
Yeah,
and
a bit more.
Even I thought the monsters moved too fast in this one. They were very slow and lumbering in Gareth Edwards'
Yeah, there was
film.
weight. There was like something like definitely like gravity kind of pulling them down a lot more. Here it's, I wouldn't say they're weightless, but they're definitely
yeah,
more rapid fire. I think that's also with all the missiles and carnage and jets flying like left and right. I was saying like there had to have been so many like casualties like in and out, and no one's addressing it.
I still will say though, with all the explosions flying and stuff, these action scenes were easier to look at and keep track of than say like the Transformers films.
Yeah.
Where it just kind of throws too much debris at the screen. Where I feel like this one, at least they set up, here's King Ghidorah, here's Godzilla, and then they at least keep them, you know, they don't break that 180-degree rule.
Yeah. No, they keep it pretty consistent. Rodan is in this too.
Yeah, Rodan was awesome. He was cooler than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, no.
I was never a big Rodan fan, but he was kind of the one who was like... you know, King Ghidorah is obviously evil, and then Mothra and like Godzilla are good guys.
He's like the underbelly sort of muscle, like that, like kind of works by his side, kind of. Yeah, he's like the henchman, I guess. I didn't think it was gonna be him and Mothra kind of going at it at one point, but I was fine with that, I guess. Yeah, Mothra's in it too, so she plays an integral part at the beginning. Then you kind of forget about her for a while.
Yeah, it's weird. They use her for like the opening action scene, and then she doesn't come back till like at least another hour. Yeah, I would say into the film.
She comes back like it's the fourth coming of Christ, like just out from the heavens.
I mean, that's one thing I struggle with too, because like I've seen all the Godzilla movies, so watching this, I'm like, oh, Mothra, nice. Yeah, but I feel like anybody who doesn't know would just be like, what is this?
Well,
what the heck is this?
I mean, to go off on that, like there were so many moments too where characters would just name drop all the monsters. Like, like who is that? Like Mothra.
Yeah.
Or like Monster Zero. Yeah. Like, they'll just mutter it under their breath. Like I think there's better ways you can establish what these characters, like show them on like on a screen. Like they already have like all the details filled in on, you know, a monitor or something. Yeah. Or like someone pulls out like a classified photo. You know, not just have characters kind of just stand there and say the name of the monster. Yeah. Kind of awkwardly.
Yeah, there are a lot of name drops and a lot of references to the old Godzilla movies. Yeah. One that bothered me was the oxygen destroyer. Yeah. Because that's such a big part in the Godzilla series, but in this one, they just it's maybe in 3 minutes in the movie, where the who's the guy from the Bourne movies, the military commander, Michael
from the Bourne movies. Daniel Strathern.
Daniel Strathern.
Yeah.
He shows up on a TV and goes, "We made an oxygen destroyer. It'll destroy everything. We're gonna use it." And then that's it. No like build up to it, no introduction.
No payoff.
Yeah, it's like another one of those things where if you're a Godzilla fan, you're gonna be like, "Oh, oxygen destroyer, I know what that is, nice." But any casual viewer is gonna be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. Oh, we got some quick comments here. This is all he says. Is there a Jet Jaguar post-credit scene? Oh, I wish. I was predicting that. Yeah. But never did.
No Jet Jaguar, no Gigan. No Skeleturtle.
No. No King. Well, so they do hint at King Kong though. In the middle of the film, not at the post credits. I'm going too far ahead though. Probably, I guess if to backtrack.
Well, they name dropped King Kong, I think twice. I remember.
Okay. When they were like going through old like files and photographs, like they like pull up one of him, like it's like his silhouette.
Yeah.
Or like his back. It's gonna be weird seeing that crossover, just given the two tones.
I know,
because I loved the tone of Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
It was just way more fun than people kind of gave it credit for. Some people were really shitting on that film. I don't know what they were trying to get out of it.
Yeah, for real.
It felt like it was just closest to me is it was like Congo, in terms of tone.
Yeah,
it was just so out there and weird.
It was, and the characters were dying left and right. But that one was played more for jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I like. And then Godzilla 2014 was very serious and dark
and somber and
yeah. And I feel like this one tried to hit that balance
with a few jokes, and a few of them land, but
most of the jokes didn't land though, and kind of got in the way a little bit.
Yeah.
I would have preferred this one to be played a little more. It was played seriously, but it was almost like it didn't hit where you didn't really know what the filmmakers were doing. Like, were they trying to play it real serious and then just throw the jokes in there to even it out?
I think they've honestly ran themselves into a bit of a hole there. Like, they don't know if it's good. Time will tell. We'll see what happens when when America versus Japan basically on screen happens.
Yeah, Kong versus Godzilla will be an interesting one.
Yeah.
But you just watched Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters,
All Out Attack, which is a mouthful of a title.
Yeah. And don't forget Baragon's in it.
Yeah, that's the other. So, I thought that would be probably the most suitable transition into this film, just seeing those main three kind of go at it. But what's different about that concept is Godzilla is straight up the most ruthless villain.
Yeah.
You could have, whereas Ghidorah and Mothra were kind of brought back as guardians from the past to take down Godzilla, and you're actually rooting for those characters for once.
Yeah.
But even then,
you're still always rooting
I'm always rooting for Godzilla, even when he's a terrible miscreant. But that was I don't even know. It's night and day comparing those two, because it
really is.
Yeah.
These feel really blockbuster.
Yeah.
They do feel Americanized a lot. And I noticed that where you have, the military has to help out with everything. And Godzilla, looks at people, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
In these. Where in the Japanese ones, he no regard for humans. He's just stepping on them.
Yeah.
Even when he's the good guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, you see the after effect, or the aftermath of, what he does just by walking around.
Yeah.
You see what Godzilla's capable of, and how he just doesn't give a shit.
He's just very much a good guy in this one.
Yeah. At the very least, neutral. Yeah, because he doesn't even mind that they're following him the whole time underwater, and I respect that approach. I just prefer probably a more sinister.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I'll say this: people even shit on Godzilla '98. I'm sure if I go back to that one, I might have a fun time just as a Zilla sort of monster. As a monster disaster flick, it's fine.
It's okay. It just has no respect for the source material.
No. But I'd rather not try so hard and fuck it up than not try at all and still give us something amateur. And I at least, apart from Matthew Broderick in that film, I remember a lot of characters in that, and they all had
Jean Reno.
Yeah, they all had funny quirks.
It's pretty much just friends.
Yeah. There's a Siskel and Ebert cameo at one point. I think, in that film.
Yeah. Well, Ken Watanabe returns in this movie too. Yeah, he was pretty good. He's always good though.
Yeah.
Actually, he's definitely the best performance in the movie.
Yeah,
I would say.
He gets some flat lines here and there, but he makes it work. At least, if he's ever saying anything kind of cheesy, he kind of just sells it, because that harkens way back to the original. I think the most he's the one that takes it the most seriously. That you're okay, I would trust this guy. He's got all the notes. He's got all the backstory. He's lived this. And he's seen some really rough days. What's the woman who's with him? I don't know is she. Daughter, sister,
I don't. She was just sidekick, I guess.
Okay, I don't. Yeah,
I hadn't seen her before though.
Was she in the? I can't remember if she was. In the
She wasn't in the first one.
Okay. Yeah. I guess she probably takes over the reins now, since they were probably close.
Oh
now
yeah.
So spoilers: Ken Watanabe passes away.
Oh yes, he passes.
He makes the ultimate sacrifice to juice Godzilla back up, because he didn't do too well in that first fight against.
Do you want to
Ghidorah.
talk about some spoilers?
Yeah, but might as well.
Yeah, so that was one thing that I thought was really cool with them nuking Godzilla, and then he becomes burning Godzilla. Because that happened in Godzilla vs. Destroya.
Yeah.
Where he's burning Godzilla.
That was the closest we got to that film, because we really wanted that monster to come in.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Rodan's entrance was awesome with the fighter jets.
Yeah. The one of the Mutos is back as well. There's also a mammoth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had like a bunch of new monsters.
Yeah,
and they were kind of cool.
Yeah,
I didn't hate them.
I didn't hate them. They didn't get enough screen time or leave much of an impression. But at least they weren't the same old Cloverfield monster design that American studios keep using again and again.
Yeah, there was a big spider one.
Yeah, I thought that for some reason I thought that one was from an original. Like one of the films in the past, but I guess maybe not.
No, they were all new. The only original ones were Mothra, Rodan, Godzilla, King Ghidorah. Which, spoilers, Rodan makes it out, so I guess he'll be in the next one.
Yeah. So now they all serve under Godzilla.
Yeah.
Who knows what, I mean.
Which, that was weird too, but that's another thing. It's like, stuff like that's been done in the Godzilla series before.
Yeah.
So it's not like anything in this movie that was stupid was out of place for a Godzilla movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Godzilla's hit the bottom of the shit barrel more than a couple times.
Sure. I mean, just watch Godzilla's Revenge and like look no further.
Or watch the new anime series.
Yeah.
Those are awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to
As a Godzilla fan, it's hard to judge this movie based off of just as a movie.
Yeah.
Because as a Godzilla movie, I thought it was actually pretty good. Sure. Like, I would sit there and watch this with the other ones.
Yeah, I think it's valid, though, to criticize the humans, though, in this. Like, at this point in time where it's like, it doesn't have to be this boring, you know?
Yeah.
Because I never dozed off, but I was like starting to like get a little bit tired, and I wanted to cut right back to anything but.
They do cut away from the monsters a little too much, I thought.
Yeah.
They could have kept those battles just going.
And some more daylight or something, just to brighten things up a little bit. That's what, you know, Kong Skull Island keeps your eyes pretty glued because it's so vibrant, it's so colorful.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, here's like I remember a lot of blues and grays. The 2014 one, maybe some reds here and there,
like
but
red and black.
Yeah, but just it's murky and kind of dull and oversaturated.
Yeah.
Or sorry, desaturated. And I don't know, it needs some vibrance, just a little bit to kind of keep your attention.
Yeah. And it needed more, just more wider shots, more spatial awareness.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just use some wider shots with just the monsters fighting and had they get so close up in there. You know?
Yeah. Real fast. So it says Jet Jaguar would be the Black Panther of the Godzilla EU. Oh boy. Well, yes, I feel like he would be the Nick Fury of the
Jet Jaguar. Get them all together.
Yeah. Nah, we had the one fan theory where if Bryan Cranston were to come back to life, he would be coming back as Jet Jaguar.
Oh yeah.
Took it off his mask. He looked like it'd be like similar to Arnold as Turbo Man.
I'm back.
Yeah, like I don't think we're ever gonna get anyone as compelling as Bryan Cranston in like the one scene that he had to really break
they
down.
killed him off in the first 20 minutes of that movie.
Because that's what you get when you're like at the end of the billing on a poster, like, and Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
You're gonna probably die.
Perhaps.
But yeah, so it ends with
it ends
with Vera Farmiga and Kyle Chandler briefly getting back together once they juice up Godzilla to go up against King Ghidorah one more time. This time Millie Bobby Brown is missing in the midst of fire and wreckage, like Andrew, their son.
Yes.
And they find her in a tub, even though I don't know how she survived. She took it, well, because I guess she stole the machine to kind of get things rolling. And she's fine. She's brought back to life, no problem. and then Vera Farmiga makes the big sacrifice to, I guess, send to blow up the missile by Ghidra.
Yeah.
Probably the only smart decision she made if she wanted to just like be out of this film.
Yeah, exactly. Because could have made it a little.
From
earlier.
then on, like every decision, like no one's like making like the wisest decisions because they don't really know what to do.
Except for Kyle Chandler, he's the only one who knows what to do.
Yeah, for some reason he's wearing multiple hats and kind of knows how to be.
He knows how to do everything.
A scientist, a pilot, a soldier, all in one.
Yeah, he's learning how to be a father again.
Yeah. Learn to drop the booze for a little bit. Yeah, like Vera Farmiga, like her character, she would. There's like a part where like Kyle Chandler has this terrorist organization at gunpoint just to bring his family back, and she's like, no. Before that, we didn't even know she was working with them. We thought they were just captured. But apparently, she is not a double agent, but just sort of sided with them and their cause, and pulls Millie Bobby Brown back with her. And that's what causes, I guess, a bit of a gap in their relationship. But it's like just out of nowhere betrayal. Like,
and they're just using Millie Bobby Brown like as a tool for that drama.
Yeah.
So it's like she doesn't even have any like agency in the situation.
Yeah. She complains a bunch, but that's about it.
And screams with her ears covered.
Yeah, and takes the she does get the ball rolling with the machine, but that's about it.
Yeah, with the Orco machine.
Yeah.
But after Vera Farmiga dies, the movie just kind of wraps up.
Yeah.
Burning Godzilla shows up and does his thing, and
yeah, at the very least, these monsters could help like put the buildings back together or something. The amount of destruction in this is like, how we're not gonna see how they recover.
Yeah.
We don't even know if because I guess the final fight was in New York. Boston, okay. We don't even know. There was no scene that established if it was even evacuated.
They said they were evacuating them from Fenway Park.
Okay.
At one point. But then we didn't see it. All we saw was like helicopters leaving.
Yeah.
We didn't see anyone actually like going there.
You see like news footage, news anchors like talking about getting people out. But, okay, and when they're like in Mexico, you see some people evacuating as well. But I don't know. There had to have been a bunch of people still there. Like you see cars driving around even during the fight. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and then it wraps up fast. Godzilla's the king of the monsters. Then Charles dances his way into the slums of some.
Oh yeah, where was it? I forget where they said it was. But some people have King Ghidorah's head.
Yeah, so
which who knows what they're gonna do with it?
Yeah, he's got something special planned with King Ghidorah's head, just kind of lying like.
It'll just be a flying head. That'll be it. That'll be the next monster they have to fight.
It'll be the giant claw or something. Just something really, really terrible looking. That's about like it for me. I don't know. If you're a fan of Godzilla,
if you're a fan of Godzilla, I think you're gonna enjoy it.
You'll get enough out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of casual viewers, I think, will like the action.
Sure.
But I feel like those people who go to watch good movies maybe won't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on your taste. If you like kaiju flicks at all, if you like if you like giant monsters, if you like really not colorful but really gritty sort of stylized visuals, that heavily Japanese inspired ones especially, you'll have a ball with this.
There's a lot of really good shots in this movie, even if we are complaining about the close-ups and stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of great visual effects shots. And I'm thinking of stuff with like the submarine coming up from Godzilla's home. There's those spoiler: Godzilla has a house in this movie.
Oh yeah, he lives in this like little air pocket, underneath like a big like ancient like civilization.
It's like Atlantis, pretty much.
It goes in some weird places, but that's a cool step for these films to kind of
this new monster verse that they're doing.
Again, with every universe is like it's gonna start getting overwhelming. I can't tell you how I'm already lost in all the Annabelle films that have come out, Conjuring, Insidious universes.
I say they should do Godzilla versus Kong, then just end it.
Yeah,
and that's the whole MonsterVerse. Godzilla, King Kong, Godzilla 2, and then Kong versus Godzilla.
And then for shits and giggles, make a Gamera film for
whatever. Make a Gamera film where he saves the children. And have Barugon in that.
yeah.
Rainbows out of his back.
They'll have it shooting out of his butt or something.
So yeah, I would recommend this to all my Godzilla friends.
Yeah, but if you're not really that keen on it, or if you're contemplating, I'd wait for it to come out. No rush. Don't need to see it. We saw it in IMAX. We don't really need to see it on that big of a screen. It was
sound was good.
The sound was fine. Maybe Dolby.
Were super loud.
Yeah. It was loud to the point that it was rumbling my chin.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Popcorn going everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there were literally moments almost to that level. Yeah, that's about all I got. Godzilla, we'll see if he'll make another return with King Kong in the next 4-5 years.
Next year.
The
movie's already done filming.
Oh, it's already ready to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Filmed by Adam Wingard, who did The Guest.
Okay.
And Death Note. And Blair Witch. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
That guy was abused by people on Twitter and everywhere, left and right. It's like, I don't have any sort of connection or care that much for Death Note. I'm sure it's a fine series. I'm sure it's a fine manga. But like, come on, just give a guy a break. If it's like, even if he doesn't like do your version that well, like, I'm sure he never meant to like offend you or anything.
Yeah.
Like, don't give him death threats and his family. But I mean, I'll give him a chance. I like The Guest a lot. What was the other film he did before that? It was You're Next.
Did he do You're Next?
I think so, with Animal Mass. I didn't care for that one as much. It was so like, I don't know, too jokey for me.
I've never seen any of them.
Yeah.
I need to see The Guest, though.
The Guest was great.
Yeah.
Dan Stevens is like the Terminator.
Oh, really?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. Oh, yeah. Any last minute trailers that dropped before this?
Nah, Terminator, whatever that is, looks like trash. It 2
looks like trash.
I guess, yeah, looks like trash. Doesn't look scary. Everyone's laughing in the theater when that trailer plays.
That old lady, he's like, just strips down and just starts hobbling over to Jessica Chastain.
I can't think of what else.
There's X-Men. Looks like trash.
It looks trash.
It all looks like trash.
Yeah, it just all looks like ass.
We'll probably be at some of them. I'll be at it. Chapter 2.
Yeah, I'll go see it.
I want to see how
Bill Hader.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see how this goes down. But yeah, I think that's all we pretty much got. Nothing really fancy.
Yeah, nothing too much. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks all for watching, and seeing as how those are the only questions we. Did we get anything else? Okay.
Just All-Star, huh?
Yep. I'll wave to these guys.
Wave. Send hearts and kisses.
Yes. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We are going to tune out now and forget we ever saw this film.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. You're gonna go see it again, probably.
I'll probably go see it again.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
Bye.